Hello class, in this video I'll be showing you how to determine whether a function is even, odd, or neither given its equation. Let's begin. Okay, so we want to determine if the function cube root of the quantity 2x squared minus 3 is an even function, odd function, or neither. So I'm going to start with even. And we know if f of negative x is equal to f of x, then the function is even. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute a negative x in for every x in the original function. Just like that. Now, we have the quantity negative x all squared, which I've just highlighted in blue. And if we take the quantity negative x and raise it to an even power, that is the same as positive x raised to the even power. So I am going to simplify this function as such. So this is equal to the cube root of 2 times x squared minus 3. And you may have noticed that this is the original function that was given. So f of negative x is equal to f of x. And we can conclude the following. Since f of negative x is equal to f of x, the function f of x is even. Okay. Next, we will work with the odd definition. Okay, so we know that if f of negative x is equal to negative f of x, then f of x is odd. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did in the previous example. I'm going to substitute negative x in for x and simplify the result. So this expression is equal to the cube root of the quantity 2x squared minus 3. And again, this is the original function. So again, f of negative x is equal to f of x. So what can we conclude? Since f of negative x doesn't equal negative f of x, the function is not odd. Okay, and to check the work, I'm going to graph this function in Desmus. Because if the graph of this function is symmetric with respect to the vertical axis, then the function is even and we did the work correctly. So let's see. Okay, so we have f of x is equal to, now to get the cube root, we're going to hit the functions key, miscellaneous, and then nth root. Hit the 3, then the arrow to the right, and then 2x squared minus 3. Now make sure when you're typing this in, both of the terms are underneath the radical, okay, because sometimes that happens. And yes, the graph is still even, but that is not the correct graph to be looking at, because notice the negative 3 is not underneath the radical. So make sure to be careful and get that negative 3 underneath the radical, just like that. Now notice this graph is symmetric with respect to the vertical axis, so clearly this function is even. and we did the work correctly. So we are done.